With students being centered in this learning spectrum, we start with our students and looking at their course outlines and looking exactly how can we assess these students on an authentic assessment, but using community service learning. So with that, an example would be what we've done with Westchester Amateur Boxing or the Black History Month events, where our students worked with Westchester. Our students went there, assessed the concerns that Westchester Amateur Boxing has in terms of marketing, in terms of internal processes, and came up with solutions that they did present to leadership. And they were modified back and forth. The student got hands-on experience as consultants working onto this. All of this was counted as their coursework. Now, the catch is that this is a full-on circle where the students get to learn in a specific course, they get to consult, and whatever money was raised for Westchester Amateur Boxing in either from the carnival or pop-up stores or whatever events that the students hands-on worked on, all of this went back again to the students, where all our students were sponsored to go train at Westchester Amateur Boxing under the mental health program that Westchester Amateur Boxing offers. So it's a full-on circle where it's a closed circuit, where it starts with a student. We identify a concern that a society has. We create a rubrics to see how we're going to assess the students and link it with the course outlines. The students apply this. They go and actually do a project. They consult, they raise money, they do what they need to do, the pop-up stores, and then whatever's there, it goes back to the students again. So it's a closed circuit. Now, in this whole process, capturing this, every stakeholder in this had different perspectives, and it turns out that everybody gained somehow in a different way. The community gained in a different way. Our students had a phenomenal different experience in learning. Our instructors were engaged in a different way. And again, everybody benefited at the end of the day. We're looking forward to apply it again next year to see exactly how can we enhance it, how can we make it better, and maybe standardize it throughout our courses.
My name is Ola Lishiva, and I'm one of the faculty at the Faculty of Business, Environment and Technology. And today we're talking about one of the projects that we did with Introduction to Management class in the fall of 2023. We do know that a lot of the learners doesn't grasp abstract concepts as they are presented in a very traditional classroom. So the moment that is actually taken out of the classroom and applied into the context and real life environment, that really brings it to life. We are a community-based college, and we do want to really create this empowerment circle by students, for students. And so the project that was initiated by us at the Faculty of Business, Environment and Technology in the fall 2023 with the Introduction to Management class was called the Carnival, and students were in charge of the various booths that pretty much had different games and different activities for the community to participate in and to play and to have fun and to really engage with others. And later on, all the funds that were raised were donated to Westchester Boxing Club, as well as some of the funds went towards free lunches for students.
I'm Annie Manjuran. I'm a business instructor at Norquest College. So I did a couple of projects. It's been a pretty exciting year, actually. So I did the Westchester Boxing Club for the consumer behavior course. I did the Black History Month for the retail sales management. And I also did another sales, like a pop-up booth, fundraising, all the carnival goods and goodies for another retail course. So yes, it's been a pretty exciting term for me. For me, the memorable moments were getting in the entrepreneurs, having instructors do everything, and the students. It was great to have 3 different sectors of people come together and all work for a similar purpose, A, helping the community, and B, helping the students learn something that is out of their books, connecting concepts to practical learning experiences. Seeing all of that, getting the students hit their sales target, I love that feeling. So that was great.
I am Arnold. I enrolled business administration in management. I worked with Westchester Boxing Club here in Edmonton. Basically, we did the marketing strategy for the company. It's a nonprofit company. Well, the highlights of the events that we did with Westchester is the presentation day, because we're the first group to present, and I was the first presenter, so the pressure is on me during that time, but it is what it is. So
it's a non-for-profit, an amazing boxing club with some amazing values, but we did see that they were lacking something. So the first step was to get the students there on a field trip. So we went on a field trip, gave them what actually a boxing club looks like. What is it to be in management? All of these students are business management students who are aiming at either being a consultant or getting into a management position. So getting them on board in groups as management consultants was very interesting to see. They all had different names of the companies that they had to design and to come up with marketing strategies for a boxing club that's been here for years. But no one in Edmonton knew that they're there. No one in Edmonton knew what their social values were. So the students had to actually put social values along with profits and give them a fantastic marketing plan. So that's what the project was all about. Yeah, so they had three major problems, if I may speak. One of them was obviously getting their entire management in place, which means getting them help. The owners have been doing everything by themselves, because of which, the boxing club was suffering in various ways. So A, they wanted help. That was manpower. B, obviously they wanted profits, to come up, because even though it's a non-for-profit, they need to survive and they need to get their numbers up. So they needed help with finance. And third was definitely promotion and marketing. So they needed to be out there in the community, tell all the good things they're doing. So these were the three issues that we identified as a group.
we saw that there is potential to the company. So we did what we're going to do, as our professor, our teacher Annie told us what to do, and yeah, we delivered the same thing like Annie wants us to do.
Consumer behavior is all about how does a consumer behave to a product or service, a company, to everything. So the entire strategy or the entire outline of the course was how does a consumer react to marketing activities and how to reach the ultimate goal. So that's exactly what the project was all about. How would someone behave when you take them to a boxing club, and specifically when the boxing club has social values attached to it or a social stigma of a society attached to it. So it was way interesting to see how they applied the 4 Ps of marketing and prepared an entire marketing plan. So yes, it was an overall consultancy, not just about marketing, but they learned a lot about finance, how to prepare a 5 years marketing plan, how to prepare a 3 years marketing plan. So it was a lot more that they learned than the course outline. So it was a great course. So for the consultancy, for the boxing club, we had a rubrics. They had to actually present in an atrium in front of 5 judges. It was like a Shark Tank kind of a situation, when each of the judges had to mark them or grade them depending on how they performed, how their presentation skills were, what was group coordination, and all of that. So yes, we had a rubrics grading for them, and the best team won, and most of their practical recommendations were used by Westchester, to incorporate that and to keep learning.
Yeah, so my name is Joyce, and I'm currently taking business administration major in management. The event was about celebrating the Black History Month. So during that event, a lot of vendors from the Black community was there trying to sell their products to us. I think one of the memorable thing that happened during that event is the diverse range of products that was in there that all the other people were selling. And I also had a partner, her name is Tracy. She also did share to me that one of the most memorable part for her is when she finally able to sell a product to a colorblind person. She told me that it was actually very essential for her to finally understand that each customer has their own needs, and that you have to be very observant and understanding so that you can build trust with them and actually sell the product to them, no matter who they are.
So retail sales management is all about setting up retail stores. So they set up a pop-up store, which is a part of the course. And the 7 Ps of retail, it was very easy to learn about product, price, place, people in books. But when they had to actually put all of the 7 Ps to get to their target of selling, it was very interesting to see that. So retail sales is not just about going to a store or retail store or going to a grocery store. There's more to it. Pop-up stores is all about setting up a store, displaying all the products and selling the products. What we did is we had 17 entrepreneurs, actual entrepreneurs from our amazing city of Edmonton, come to Norquest and sell their products there. So the students had to not just sell, but they had to display the products, learn communication skills, learn tactics, learn tricks, and persuade people to actually come to their booth.
So the skills that we actually use is more into the communication side, of course, engaging with customers, trying to start conversations with them. And of course, with the help of Olu, he was the owner of the Nicole and Giviani, the socks that we were selling. He actually helped us with the selling tactics, especially of trying to start conversation with the customers, how to get them interested to actually buying the socks, and also the layout of the products. She always makes sure to put the best selling products in front so that people will actually be attracted of going to your booth.
And guess what? They had just one catch. They couldn't pre-market the event. So all was happening was there. Because that's what pop-up stores are. You don't see them marketing anywhere. But when you walk into a mall, you walk into a pop-up store. That's what they had to do.
I think one of the challenges we experienced was the short amount of time of being familiarized with the products we were selling. So we were assigned in the afternoon shift. So we only had like 5 minutes. So when we were there, everything was fast-paced. Everyone was just like, oh, this is what you're going to sell. This is the owner. So it was very short amount of time. So I was like, oh, what are we doing here? So I know we're going to sell, but it was actually hard because there's a lot of people already going around. But with the help of Olu and, of course, my partner, Tracy, we just said, we can do this. We just have to be very defensive and very active when it comes to customer going into our booth. And then, yeah.
We had a great carnival, okay? We do that every year in Norquest. And we had a lot of goodies and a lot of things that was not sold, or we wanted to sell it. So the pop-up store, which was a part of the retail sales management team, they had to sell all of those goodies and fundraise. It was during Christmas, and we had some great stuff. So we actually sold all of it and raised close to $1,800, which was remarkable. And a lot of instructors, students had something to put in their stockings for Christmas. So we sold all of it. All of the students had specific booths, and they had sales targets, which was connected to their grades. So it was like a motivation and incentive for them to sell better. And they understood how to sell, how to work around it, and all the tables were empty. We did a lot. We raised close to $6,000 for the entrepreneurs, and they were very, very happy. And this is the second time I'm doing this. And we had repeat entrepreneurs because they were so impressed with what we did.
My name is Kulveer Singh, and I am from Punjab, India. And I am here like in business administration. And when the carnival happened, I was in like my intro to management subject. For me, I developed my communication skills. Basically, I'm an introvert person, but sometimes I become shy, like to talk with a person. So in Carnival, I develop communication skills. Like I have like interacted with so many people, like people from Nigeria, Jamaica, Philippines, and which helped me to also know about their culture. So for me, like that was the skills which I developed.
My name is Tisha Chabra. I'm a student in Norquest College from Intro to Management course. I have participated in Carnival. That was a fundraising event for Westchester Boxing Club and as well as for the students for free lunches. Well, there are a lot of differences between traditional classroom learning and being practically able to practice it, because in traditional learning, we just learn them in textbooks. We got to know that we can do this and that in critical situations, how to face them. But in this kind of learning, when we actually plan events and organize them, we get to use them in realistic world. We get to know how to face situations and how to play team management, how to use group thinking and brainstorming when we have to make decisions on your own on the spot.
Students being new to this type of activity and being new to fundraising events as such, they didn't expect that they could actually pull it off, and them having this sense of empowerment and seeing that they could raise money for really worthy cause and see like social responsibility in action and them being the agents of change. That was really quite a memorable moment for me.
I learned majorly time management. I learned how to deal with different groups, like how to deal with diversity. And because in our group, we had people from different communities and cultures, I got to know how to get involved with them. And I would say how to react in different situations, how to be flexible when you've got to face new situations and we have to take decisions on the spot and how to deal with them. From the beginning of the event, we were really clear about it, that we are going to face a few challenges because we cannot go smoothly, of course. But during the event, I still remember there were a lot of clashes between different groups regarding the time slots that we had to take for the promotions, because everyone had work and nobody was able to compromise. So that was the time when I learned how to take initiative and come in front to represent my own team. So I decided to text my manager and to book a day off when I could, and I decided to promote individually to represent my whole group. So that was the major challenge which I faced, because nobody was able to take initiative and I had to be in the front. Apart from that, the major challenges that we faced were we were not able to collaborate properly, because I'm an international student, of course. We were not able to connect with each other that much, but I got to know how to do that. I learned how to deal with different people and communities at that time. So that was the challenges I faced.
We're a team, so we're 6 in a team. So we have, some of us have 2 jobs, some of us has kids, some of us has schedule. Like for me, I worked at night, so the challenges is the time. So what we did was we put up WhatsApp account, and then we're going to put all the details that we're going to do in this project. And sometimes we're doing a phone call for the group projects.
Like there was a lot of challenges for like all of us. Like there was like 5 members in my group, and the thing the most challenging for us of the group as like as all of we are working, and there was like not any schedule to work on it. So like we just like talk with each other, and at that time we just like set a thing like on a Sunday we will meet and we will work on the project.
I think a lot has to be said for making mistakes and considering it part of the process and normalizing it and not being afraid of it, right? And I think that's one of the really valuable takeaways for students, because they had to practice adaptability, and that's also one of the skills that they will need in the real world every day. And we all know that employers these days, they value soft skills no less than hard skills, right? And if we talk about concepts such as teamwork, such as leadership, problem solving, decision making, and even if we go to the 4 basic tasks of management, right? Like planning, organizing, leading, controlling, all of this was readily exemplified during the carnival. And students repeatedly mentioned that really like teamwork and brainstorming and problem solving really came to life for them, and they really understood the value, or like contingency planning.
Business is all about communication. They are in a business course, and I think the best skill they've learned is actually talking. We see a lot of things in our textbooks about communicating with our hands, eyes, and everything, but actually putting that in practice was great. So I think the best skills they've learned is communication, and second is people skills. Most of the students have traveled from different countries, so when they meet people, they are scared. But this, meeting people and communicating and using their hands-on skills, I think those were the best things to see.
Well, as a business management student, I am planning to pursue my career as an event planner, basically. That's my major goal, to be one of the best event planners in Canada next 10 years, I would say. So being that, the skills that I've learned here would definitely help me, and not even with my career, with my personal life as well. So like how to be professional and be calm when you have to deal with different situations, and how to manage different teams, and how to make leadership, how to use leadership qualities in them. because I believe leader is the one who knows the way, who goes the way, and who shows the way. That's the main point that I learned from the events.
Being an entrepreneur myself, and when I was in university, I had the opportunity to work with entrepreneurs and work on live projects. What I did there, I wanted the students to do it while they are in Norquest. And Norquest has been so kind in accommodating all of my great ideas and putting it to life. So I really wanted this for them to learn. So when they go to an entrepreneur, when they're going for their first job interview, they're not nervous anymore. They've already done it.
With this type of experiential learning that we had, well, in the classes we have theories, right? So we have like a whole process laid out into us, like having the product knowledge, designs, process, and productions. But during that time, as Olu was trying to like explain to us, there's like more into that. There's like a trial and error when it comes to product selling and product innovation, which is really different. Like this experience gives you more into the insights or more real-world business exposure for that part.
Like in traditional classroom learning, you are just sitting in a class and like teacher is like studying to you. But like in Carnival, like you interact with the person. Moreover, when you're doing things by your hand, like for me, like indulging in a project is very like lucrative rather than in a traditional class.
I would definitely recommend students to be a part of such events, not only the carnival, which there's going to be next year as well, but I feel even the volunteer programs that we have in our school and the career fairs or anything that some sort of that thing, to be a part of that, so that they would gain experience from that. Not only experience, they would know how to face different challenges, how to practically use the knowledge that they're getting in their classrooms, and that would definitely help them in their future careers as well as in enhancing their personal life character.
My company actually that I'm connected with right now, they entrusted me to amend the policy and procedure of the company right now. So what I've learned in doing the project with Annie with the Westchester Boxing company is actually I'm incorporating right now with the policy and procedure of the company. So I think that's a big impact in my career right now as a full-time worker.
Although his philosophy for retail is that you have to be having fun in what you do. So this part is very essential for us. Yes, it did influence me positively because I was able to understand more and respect the diverse culture that we have here. And aside from that, this event was more into giving honor to the Black community. So having to know their products and then their stories behind why they're doing this is really important as well, because we all have our own struggles in life. But as they say, if you understand and observe, it is really essential for you in engaging in the community and doing social responsibility.
That is what I want as an instructor for students, to really be prepared to go into the real life and to apply their knowledge to make sure that they can really shine in whatever they want to do. But for that, they really need confidence, and confidence comes with really doing things. And for us to perform better, we actually do this component. We do need this component, and that was like naturally part of this event, which is, I think, is great.
As an instructor, it makes me so happy to get such projects and bring it to life and to tell the world that it's not only about sitting in four corners of a classroom and learning. It's about getting out there, talking to people, trying to do your thing, and trying to convince people and telling them what it is. The even better part is, because this is a live project, so they can actually put it on their resumes and say, hey, I did a pop-up store, if they're looking for retail jobs, or if they're looking for marketing jobs, like they worked on a project for being a consultant. So I think such experiments are absolutely amazing. It gives a break not just to a student, but also to the instructor to explore ideas and to bring unique learning experiences.
I have spearheaded the boxing program from the health and wellness side of things. So myself and my team created a sign-up form for students to self-select and to self-assess. We basically wanted students who were struggling with something related to mental health and wellness. So that could be increased levels of stress and anxiety, social isolation, just generally struggling to make friends. Any of those students that fit any of those kind of markers were invited to apply. We ended up with 112 applicants. We only had 45 spots, unfortunately. So we went through each of their applications. Everyone had a really compelling story, so selecting students for the pilot was really, really difficult, but it was great to see that there is such a demand for this. So we kind of worked with Louise at Westchester and with Kareem at Norquest, trying to find 3 times per week that we could hold classes. So they understood what the expectations were, they understood what they were going into, and kind of being their support person throughout this journey.
My son went to this gym, and the gentleman that ran the gym, he caught his son going to boxing. He didn't know that he was going, and the kid wasn't coming home, and he caught him. And then he found out that it was actually pretty neat. The coach that was there at the time said, if you're gonna be here, you might as well help out. And that's boxing for you, that's how it works. So he got involved and ended up running the club. You know, it was tough to stick with their program. So he said, why don't you just come and help me at the gym? I volunteered for him a lot doing sound, and once he passed away, I got involved with just supervising and just fell in love with helping the kids and seeing them grow. And Kareem comes to our gym to do personal training with our head coach and learn the boxing moves and get some fitness and some stress out. And I have a mental health class going on at the same time. Kareem says, that's cool, people should know about what you do. And it's like, they do. The right people know about it. He said, I really want to help you, and I think that our school and our population could benefit from what you do. So we just started talking and mixing it up and came up with this idea to include more mental health classes, because holy cow, being a student, coming from another country, not knowing the language, not knowing the culture, and then being expected to finish your assignments and get good marks and all of the pressure. So if you can come here and take some of that expectation, put it in your hands and throw it into a boxing bag and talk about it with some people that showed up, yeah, you can't lose there, can you?
My name is Ayemide Adebayo. I'm a student of Norquest College. I'm taking business administration. I love being a student of Norquest. It's quite engaging, full of life, diversified, different cultures, different personalities. I stumbled on the mail canvassing for students to participate in the boxing program, and I thought it was a good idea. So I gave it a try, and I'm here. It helps to relax the mind, it helps to build stamina and ease stress, basically.
My growth is just like this much compared to some of the kids that come in here and start boxing. They walk in, they're terrified, and within a week or two they made friends and they're exercising and feeling like superheroes, and yeah, what's not to love about it, right?
I wanted to take part because this is something new for me, upgrading my school, and I have 2 little ones and it can be a little bit stressful at times. I don't get much free time as it is, so an hour to kind of do my own thing is nice. You get to meet a bunch of different people and we're all kind of here doing the same thing, so we're all learning, so it's fun. It's not, no one's judging anyone, I feel, and it's fun.
Seeing the difference from the students walking in on their first day, there was a lot of anxiety, apprehension, kind of all of the participants came in, they were looking at the ground, standing in silence, kind of spread out, and then even by the end of their first session, they're all high-fiving each other, they're hugging, they're wanting a group photo that they can keep and share with their friends. And then just some of the comments that students are writing in those forums are all anonymous, but things like, for the first time in my life, I'm making friends. This is a really safe, inclusive place to be. I'm loving it. This is a great outlet. I wish we could do it more. I wish the sessions were longer. And to see those changes in those learners over the weeks, in just 3 weeks, has been huge. So,
our mental health class has been running for 7 years. And I have people that have been coming the full 7 years. And they tell me that they don't know what they do without that 1 day a week. So they only see them in this safe space.
Yeah, my name's Nolan Reed. I'm currently an upgrading student at Norquest College. I've been focusing on my mental health recently and trying to develop healthy habits and a schedule that's a little more solid than what I had, and this seemed like a great way to get back active and in shape again, as well as maybe expand my social circle.
I feel like before I come to the class, I'm like really revved up, like from the day of what I have to do, and then I come here and it's just like light and easy and get to punch and it feels really good.
We already know there's a lot of research about the positive impact of exercise on mental health, and the results that we're seeing so far are just really speaking to that.
I don't think I had great self-esteem growing up. I don't think a lot of teenage girls, maybe gentlemen like young men either, but through boxing, you have to be the boss of you. You are the boss of this and this, how hard you throw that, how fast you do it, how many times you do it. If you show up on a Monday to Friday or you show up once a week, you're the boss of all of that.
After training, I am filled with energy. Like, I feel like I can do more and more and more. Like, I feel lifted. My stress are eased. I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm with people who want me around, like family. Everyone relates, there's no segregation, everyone is carried along basically, so it gives me strength.
Everybody's got their own struggles, and this is a really healthy way to get some exercise into your schedule daily, which can be hard to do, and also just increase your social circle. You feel kind of lonely sometimes when you don't know anybody in a big school, and this is a good way to get people involved in the community, of the school and the community in general, for the same reasons. I feel a lot better about myself after sweating and throwing punches for a couple hours, and yeah, just overall really, really healthy environment.
So a lot of newcomers come here, they barely speak English, and they come here and they learn English because they have to. They learn 1, 2, 3, 2, jab right, hook right. We host shows for our kids, so we'll have like 10 or 12 fights and invite the community to come together and celebrate that. We host sparring parties, so we invite a bunch of gyms to come.
It's quite hard for some persons because we have different personalities, different staminas, different mindsets. So, but generally it's quite hard to adjust because of cultural shock. You're experiencing life in a different atmosphere. So it's quite hard, but definitely if you ask the right questions, you meet the right set of persons, you definitely get through it. A lot of international students go through mental health issues, and this is a form of easing off. It really is a form of easing off because most persons really don't know what to do, so they get frustrated, they get dejected, depressed. But this kind of initiative, you're meeting different persons and you're trying to create a relationship, and then you're trying to keep fit regardless of where you're coming from.
When you're stressed and you're already in that state of mind, I think it's really well needed. I think things like this kind of, like now I'm looking into boxing because I've like kind of had to dip my toes into it.
As an individual, I never really thought there were kind of techniques as much in boxing, but now I'm learning the techniques. I could use it for self-defense. I could also use it as a form of fitness because I'm trying to also keep fit.
I want to get as motivated as I can and try to be as disciplined as I can, and I really enjoy this. So I'm trying to pursue it beyond the classes. I've been offering to just help out around the club, rolling hand wraps, etc. I'm working a bingo for them tonight. There's some volunteer opportunities here, which ties in with my goals of healthy habits and activities. So kind of jumping right into it.
If you don't like it, that's okay. I can give you a list of other gyms to go to, but it's worth a try. And boxing is not all about the combative part. The combative part is this much, right? The rest is it's very empowering, yeah. So for me, I feel like this is my purpose.
Would you recommend this style of learning to other students?
Yes, I do recommend this type of learning to other students because it will give us more, aside from more exposure, it gets us into create our own creativity when it comes to selling. We'll be so creative, like how are we gonna please these people to buy our products? And of course, in a short amount of time, you'll be like solving problems just to fix it. So it was really a good experience as a student.
When the carnival ended, I really felt proud of myself when I got email from my professor that the Westchester Boxing Club has been implemented. I really felt proud on myself that I was a part of it. Apart from that, talking about the community engagement, I got to know different people from different diversity, from different cultures, and I really made new friends in that. So that was really a good thought for me.
Like after the carnival, I also volunteering, like I also write a letter to firefighters. I also volunteering, like there's like a lot of homelessness in the Edmonton. So I also am volunteering in like city of Edmonton, and I'm helping like the people, so like which can I do?
I actually highly encourage the school or the Norquest College to do this kind of project to incorporate in every courses, especially to the management course in here in school actually, because it helps a lot with the students to use it in the actual world.
With the event, I would say I had a great experience. I got to know a lot of things. I got to learn a lot of things. I enhanced my skills. I enhanced my personal experience as well. I would definitely recommend and motivate students to be a part of the events whenever they could, so they can know and they can learn whatever we get in our school and use that in their personal lives as well.
Just out of curiosity, we're out of questions, but do you know how many people actually went to Westchester for training, our students?
Actually, no.
We have about 46 students going to Westchester for mental health, boxing training and all because of your work, so good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Would you do a similar event again?
Absolutely. Yes, and I would definitely recommend other instructors to do it as well, because the satisfaction and the students got and the deeper understanding, that was really well worth it. And also seeing them see community differently, see social responsibility differently, and them actually considering themselves part of community, that was really powerful. I think that should become the standard of really including experiential learning into the curriculum.
Overall, it was a great experience. And I think we should have more projects like this. It's a part of my goal as an instructor to have one life project in everything that I teach. And I hope that we can put this forward and also help the community, because, we as Canadians, we need fresh ideas. And these students, they have a lot of ideas. It's just that how you tap into them and make it a fun-loving experience. So I think this is great, and I just want more projects like these, please.
You just really need to be confident. I know it's really hard and sometimes so nervous facing different kind of people, but yeah, just have fun in what you want and just be there.